Good morning. By the way, ignore the right there. That's actually shadow, is it? Yeah, it is. Probably going to be saying this in some sort of weird, godly, cliche, fucking voiceover, but I both hate what I am doing right now, but also realise that it needs doing right now. Probably can't tell because I'm wearing a, well, funnily enough, I'm wearing a stupid ass shirt. I'm 6'1". Now, at the moment, don't know my weight, don't know anything like that. But man, just after doing, and I literally look like I'm going to die with these bags, but after doing the first part of this, which was the squats, the sit-ups, and the terrible amount of push-ups that I could manage, I had to I had to lie on a cold slab floor because I felt like I was going to die. That's how out of weight I am. Out of weight, I'm terrible at the minute. So the first week's going to suck, but it's got to be done. I'm too out of shape, and for the goal that I want to reach, it's important that I not do this too fast and not do this, half-assed. Follow the rules, do what they tell me to do in the app. I just stick with it. I mean, I don't know how many weeks it's going to take, but I'm setting myself a thing for like August at the latest. If I can do it before then, I'm going to be super stoked. And if I don't make it by then, yeah, I'll be down, but I won't give up. I don't care if it takes me a year and a half, 2 years. Sure, it'll down me. It'll weigh on me the longer it takes. But with what I got right here, needs fixing. For not only this, but for this and for what's inside. So I'm going to go back to eating my slop. Then in about half an hour from now, once I finish this, I'm going to attempt my first run. Kill me. Okay, so sat just off the main road, talking into a fucking headset, looking like a pillock. Still dark for 6:30 in the morning as this lovely car goes past, and I'm not going to say I've failed, but man, it's harder than I thought. Now, there was, and I apologise for that smacking, that's some ASMR for you, there was a 10-minute warm-up. I could only manage 5 minutes of it, which shows you just how much out of shape I actually am. But I'm not giving up. I'm going to continue running down my way, even if it's just a jog. If I don't stick with the intro assessment 2k run, I will not be able to run 2k. I'm not fit enough to do a 2k run, and it'll probably be like 40 minutes. So I'm not going to do that. But what I will do, continue on my jog where I want it to go. I'll time it, I'll get back, and we'll plan from there. Back to it. Alright, so as I stand creepily under this light right here, I want to show you what I'm doing. So this is not my first time actually doing this, and I'm going to try and stay in the light. It's not my first time actually ever doing this. 2 years ago, I attempted to get Unfit to join the remit, which is the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. I remember myself, you can see it glistening on my beard. But during my first half intake day, which I'm losing the microphone, your first half intake day, which you did before your 2 full days, which I did up in Scotland, there was a paratrooper assessing me with 2 others, one from the Royal Logistics Corps, and I can't remember who the other one was. But what he said, and I'll show you in a second, what he said was, if you're having trouble starting running, and I've just remembered this, you can actually see over my shoulder, just there, is a lamp. And if I turn around, a bunch of them there over my shoulder. So what this paratrooper taught me was, run from one lamppost to another. I'm trying to keep the microphone steady. Run from one lamppost to another, and then walk from that lamppost to the next one. and then rinse and repeat to the part where you can go from running to 2 lampposts down and then walk 1, and then 2 lampposts again, and rinse and repeat until you can just do the full run. So that is actually really cool. However, it's like Silent Hill up here at the minute. It's like a film noir. So I'm going to keep doing my run. There's a bridge, I'd say about half a mile down, which is where I normally go on my walks. So I'm going to continue this all the way down, tap the bridge like I always do, and then do it back. I do have to be careful though, it's a bit slippy. I don't know what tarmac they use, but it's not good for running on in my shitty running shoes. So while I'm holding the microphone like I'm sea-kiling or pointing out something in the distance, I'm going to get back to it. And I'd like to point out, I changed my mind, because this is all about pushing yourself and trying to be the best you can be and all that kind of stuff. I'm going for that 2k run. It might take me 40 minutes, it might take me an hour, don't give a shit. I'm going to do it so I can mark it down as a benchmark to beat. But as I go back to the shadow now, I'm going to get back to my run, and we'll see how far I manage to make it. Okay, so here's something very annoying. Literally 0.5k away from doing the final part of the 2k run, and the app conks out on me and dies, which means I will have to do the 2k run assessment part of that app again. Now I don't mind, because I managed to do 2k in 20 minutes, which means I'm doing a k every 10 minutes, but it now means that I have a goal, a mediocre start point, if you will, of where I'm at. So it finished, like I had to swap from the app to using my my phone stopwatch. And I'll stand in this light, this really good light for it. And I was on 1.54, 15 minutes, 27 seconds, which is when I swapped over to Spotify to change the music from disco to something a bit more upbeat, like thrash metal. And upon swapping back to the app, boom, dead, kaput. All right, day 2. So day 2 actually taught me a little bit of a lesson, which was don't sit around getting stiff. So day 1, when I did my run, I didn't stretch, which was a bad thing, because day 2 I could actually feel it. I was very stiff, I was very clunky, I had a little bit of trouble going up and down stairs. So I thought, I'll go out for my walk, just my ordinary walk, and try and keep myself loosey-goosey, as it was. And it did kind of work. Now, it did kind of make me think that maybe I should have warmed up, and then eventually, continuing on, as you'll see in the future days, I learnt that warming up is a good thing for you. And I just want to, while we're dicking around watching me walk around in me Doc Martens, if you are currently on the fence, wondering if you should, start trying to get fit or get in shape or whatever you want to do, I recommend it. I'm out of shape, I'm unfit, and even with those criteria and me messing around with the Three Stooges, I highly recommend it. So if you want to start anywhere, start right now. It's the best place to start. There's no point starting later. Alright, so I've kind of realised something. I was looking at some of the footage of me, just my B-roll stuff, of me walking around. And then something clicked. So when I walk, I'm 6 foot. Okay, I'm 6'1". So when I walk like this. Okay, I've got quite a big gait, because I've got really long legs. But when I run like this, which is I like tiptoe, a fairy walk. It's kind of weird. So what I've got to try and do, and this is actually gonna be pretty hard, because my run's kind of been the same since I was like 14. So I've got to go from fairy stepping to using my gait, my really long legs, because if I'm running for this training at the minute, the 2k, right, I'm aiming for 10 minutes. Now, if I'm running like this, if I was to do 2K in 10 minutes running like this, I'd probably do somewhere within like 500 to 1,000 steps, just like that. But if I go like this, and I get my gait going, I'd probably half it, maybe even, you know, 2/3 cut out of doing my little fairy stuff. So I'm looking around and I'm trying to figure out ways of training myself to run, you know, with my gait and not my little fairy steps. So this is going to be really, really funny, because if I can go from doing little fairy steps to getting my gait going, I think I'll fucking skyrocket to where I need to get to. Because, you know, little steps, you don't use your full range of motion that you've got, which is probably why my ankle fucking hurts. So if I'm going like this, then I'm not using everything. If I go like this and I'm planting my feet proper as I do it, or even not even like my full gait, but even like, you know, that. If I go like that instead of, man, this is gonna be interesting. I like how the majority of this footage is going to be me, like, I'm on some sort of Survivor Island kind of thing, which is funny. So, it is the 18th, which is the Monday. I took yesterday off because I was working on some video ideas and all this kind of stuff. It is really challenging balancing, trying to come up with, you know, other content to put out and make this at the same time. And this is a new, like, foray into stuff for me. I have no idea what I'm doing, like, you know, lighting video. I have to use a phone. I have to use my phone because I don't have a camera. But today there is something I want to try, but because I live in a rough kind of area, or where I run is a rough area, I don't want to go putting my phone down and then running past it to show you the different, like, show you my little twinkle toes. Yeah, so I'll try and get some of that, because I don't know, I know nothing about exercise apart from move muscle enough, muscle get big, strong, and good. So, I want to see if there is, and maybe someone out there can actually, when they see it, can tell me, but maybe my twinkle toes is actually better for me than running with my really long gait. I don't know. I'm going to try and get some footage of me doing the way I do my run. I'll probably get that after I've done my run, so I don't have to think about it, and I'll just get it as some stuff after. But I'm actually enjoying this. Normally, probably would have given up by now. So what I tried to do here was actually show you the difference between me running in currently twinkle toes and then stretching it out to a bit of a longer gait. Yeah, I completely forgot it was also, you know, pretty much early in the morning, so it was still kind of dark. But you can see the twinkle toes does have a less of effect than the larger gait itself, which is cool. Okay, this might look weird. Done, 100% finished. And I'm not feeling too bad. I'm trying to get like the perfect amount of light, because it is about to turn 6 o'clock. I got out here a little bit early. But first run was a 10-minute jog. Now, 10 minutes of a jog, I did. 10 minutes of a jog, straight jog, I did not do. So, sue me. I did like 20-second little breathers in between, like every 2-3 minutes, because it was fucking killing me, man. But it's too dark for me to actually record me. You know, you can barely see my feet now when I'm in the light, so I'm not going to be able to get any of me running. But I will try and get some B-roll later on today. I might put my shoes on and go out for another little run. I just confused people, by the way, because one of the stretches that it tells you to do is to sit down, put your legs out in like a V, and then keep your back straight and like lean forward. I did that in the middle of the jog path. No one's on it. And then I look over to my fucking left, and there's 2 people walking past. So that was quite funny. I'm going to keep walking because I'm still technically unstretching my legs. So yeah, so it's gone well. Let's go that way. So, oh, there we go. That's better lighting, isn't it? Kinda. Covers me from the wind as well. Yeah, so that is me done on the run front for the day. My legs are probably going to ache a lot, but I'm actually really proud of myself. So you remember I told you about the lamppost thing, from lamppost to lamppost to lamppost? Before, it was, you know, I managed to get a maximum of 2 lampposts in between. Maximum I managed today on a straight run was about 10, and they're equally spaced apart. So, but I'm proud of myself, and I know this is not. It's not going to be easy. It's not going as fast as I'd like it to. But then again, what does? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to chill. I'm going to relax for a little bit. I'm going to watch some Lupin the Third. Oh man, I love that anime. And I'm just going to chill for a little bit. I'll probably start doing some stuff at about 7, 8 o'clock, in sort of an hour or two from now. But as to try and hide the microphone from the wind, I'm impressed with myself. Didn't think I could do it, and I'm massively out of shape. So if there are people who are watching this hoping for tips and tricks, or just to follow along, or to get inspiration or something, no, I'm not the person you want for inspiration. But if I can do it, unless you've got no legs, you can do it too. So I'm going to go. I'm going to start my way back. I'm going to listen to some funky tunes. I did that without tunage today. And then before I go, one of the instructions that was in one of the warm-up videos was run lightly. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how I reduce the amount of weight that I have and like suspend it from being put onto the weight of my feet. Yeah, I'll figure that out. Breathing's a big thing I need to figure out as well. But until then, I'll see you in the next part. First day of proper non-cardio exercise, and I smashed it. Didn't think I would. Really didn't think I would. For some of that stuff that they teach you is weird. So on today's docket, as I'm going to call it, today's training regimen was push-ups, sit-ups, squats, split squats, tricep dip, and basically planking. Right, 7 things. Yeah. Oh, and step up, where you basically step on a step and step off a step. Easiest exercise I've ever done. So I was kind of when it came to push-ups, I did them all. In fact, I've got a screenshot of me stuff all 100%, which you can find here or right on my stupid face. I don't know. But there was 2 things I had problems with. First one was push-ups, and I'll explain that in a second. Second one was these squat splits, which I'll get to in a second as well. Because first thing I want to do is actually plug the app. Now, I'm not being paid or anything to do this. The app is great. If you want to join the army, or if you just want to get fit, these guys know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. You don't have to deal with any, like, I've been to a gym before. I don't have to deal with any of these big, muscular, macho guys who are like, this is how you got to do it. These are people that just get straight out of business, and you can have 2 trainers. One's a woman, one's a dude. Can't remember the names. So if you're a woman doing this and you want a woman teaching you how to do it, or you want a bloke teaching you how to do it, boom, select it. If you're a dude, you want a woman or a bloke, boom, select it. And they don't treat you like a kid. They don't treat you like an idiot. They basically just tell you what to do. They give you encouragement, and it works. It's great. I don't know how to do a proper push-up. Now, the way I learned push-ups when I was in high school was what I call the chicken wing. Okay? So your arms are out like this. You're outstretched, come down to boom, 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 boom. Which, you know, if you got someone next to you, you kind of elbowing them in the face. So I've always learned to do chicken wing push-ups. Now, the way they want you to do them, I'm going to call square push-up, which is basically like this. Yeah. And your arms come down here. Now, I don't know how to do those push-ups, and I tried, and I managed it, but being a 6-foot-tall bloke, I felt like I was going to go thunk right onto my face. I felt unbalanced when I was doing these. I don't know why. My form was probably off. But the cool thing about the app, still kind of a little bit of a plug, if you are unsure of the exercise that you are about to do, when you click on it, you can click a big button. It's not a tiny little thing in a corner or a little like play button. It's a big thing that says watch demonstration. And what you do is you click it, it brings up another part of the app. In the app, it doesn't take you to another screen or anything, it brings it up in the app, and it teaches you in 3 steps that you can swipe across. And then, if you're like, still don't understand, because like me, you're a kinesthetic learner, so you don't learn by reading, you learn by doing, You then click the button, watch demonstration, pulls up a video of the person doing the demonstration, and it clicks in your brain, and you're like, let's do it. And then you do it, and the dude or the woman who's your PTI in the thing is like, come on, you could do it. And you're like, yes, I can do it. And then you fist bump the phone after, and you're like, oh, you feel really good, because I feel amazing. Welcome back to Radiator Corner, folks. Okay, now, 1 second. So, I shall put up a screenshot of what I've just done, and then clarify what that 83% means. And I'll still try and catch my breath. So, just finished my just finished my cool down, and learned something. I learned 3 things during today. One of them from my dad, who used to be a boxer when he was younger, so when it comes to like physical stuff, I ask him. 2 have to do with actually exercising. So that 83% right there, I will clarify right now, that 83 should be 100, because I'm an idiot, and when I read the thing, it said 20 and 3, and I was like, I didn't do 20 and 3, I did 10 and 3, 10. And then after I'd done it, I realised, wait a minute, 10 on one leg, 10 on another, that's 20. So that 83 should be 100. So once again, beasted it. Yeah. So the first thing that I learned from my dad. So remember when I was talking about push-ups and how I do the chicken wing and they want me to do the box push-up? This is what I learned. Chicken wing, the reason it's more stable is because when you go in, when you're pushing up and down, you're using your chest as well as your arms. When you're doing box push-up, you're just using that. There's literally like nothing there at the back of your, or at the side of you, that helps when doing the box push-up, okay? So, I understand now why they want you to, why, 1, I've been failing to do the box push-up, and 2, they want you to do the box push-up. I've been failing because arm strength, if I'm just supporting myself on my arms, I don't have a lot of arm strength. Upper body, like chest, core, pretty decent at. Arms, not so strong. So it makes sense why they want you to do that one, because if you do that one, your arms get stronger, which probably it will, which means that you can do more with your arms, like carry stuff and lift stuff and all that kind of stuff, even though lifting's also a part of your back. So cool, I learned that. Final thing that I learned is, if you are doing this, okay, and you've probably experienced this when you drink, but if you drink too much, you feel like you're going to throw up, your body temperature drops, okay? You expel heat like you've just farted for 20 minutes straight, and like your head opened up and the heat just flew out. I did everything apart from the step up, and when I'd finished doing the one just before the step up, I started freezing. I was like, fucking hell, I'm cold. And that is because I think of heat exhaustion. So I basically just got too hot that my body was like, fuck, we've got to like cool off real quick. So I was like sweating like a bitch. Like literally, if I was to go like that and like swipe it at the ground, I could fill half a cup. I could fill that if I was just to go like that. So yeah, so I learned 3 things. Alright, ladies and gents, well, you just watched me eat a little bit of porridge. I do want to say thank you for watching it this long. I know it's going to be a long thing, and it's a weird thing to have on my channel. But as a past version of me in this video has previously said, I look like shit, and I feel like shit. That is correct, but it's also really awesome that I'm finally getting fit. And if you want to get fit as well, you can watch along. But until the next time, stay awesome.